Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new Pro Perspective. So today I'm going to be taking a look at Oskar from mousesports, the AWPer, and a pretty nutty rifler. And this game is against Space Soldiers at the Boston Major, the qualifiers, final 16 teams, and this was to decide who would be going to qualify for the legend spot. So Oskar in this game manages to muster up 34 frags, 9 of those are headshots. He manages 2 assists, 2 flash assists. He has a +3 first kill difference, a 1.72 HLTV rating, 17 AWP kills, and 103.8 ADR. And kicking things off there with a really nice shot onto a major. And just first of all, this game's a really close one. It's like 16-13. Really difficult for teams to build economy because like it was such a back and forth game. It was like 3-4, 4-4, 4-5, 5-4, and stuff like that. It was such a close game. And the Space Soldiers take the first half 8-7 actually, but Oskar, I'm looking at him mainly AWPing, and he AWPs from like a variety of areas. He'll be AWPing from the CT box, stairs, window, connector, sometimes short, and he even takes like a BAPS pick. So he's like a real dynamic mobile AWPer, not such like a turret. Obviously, if you followed the game back in like 2015, 2016. You would have like kind of meta was not like aggressive AWPing. It was kind of like more of a turret, unless you're like your Kenny S's who'd open up the sights and stuff like that. You kind of like sit and just hold and try and get a pick. So you can see here now Oskar, he's going to be doing something quite aggressive. He's going to be pushing towards this ramp. This is the second time I've recorded this. I just spent 45 minutes recording the whole game before I edited it down, and I realised I had my game volume up way too high. So I've completely disabled the game volume, and I'm just going to redo the audio, so apologies for that, guys. But as you can see here, he's in a really aggressive spot, and he does have a teammate with him actually just in front of him to his left. You can't see him because of the scope, but where you can see like the edge and the top left of his scope, he's got a teammate just by there. So Oskar in this position can take a shot, and then if he gets pressured, he can drop off, and his teammate in that corner can help him. So he's kind of like acting as a bait because they won't expect his teammate to be there. And this ramp aggression is becoming something that's a lot more common lately, and teams are doing it a lot more. They can obviously, you can deep molly here, you can use a deep smoke, and you can take this control and free up other areas, especially if like you lose another part of the map. You kind of think, if I've lost this part, maybe I need to take this part, and that's what they do. So Oskar's going to kick right into action anytime now, and like I said, he's got full confidence. He's an aggressive AWPer, and you've got to be quite confident if you're holding this angle. As you can see there, nice kill on Zantares, or Zantares, not sure how you'd like me to say it. And then this like sort of kill he gets next is just reaction, so it's a really good kill on a major. And then this is just game sense. Just knows pads can be coming there. He does start to engine, but that's some just really impactful AWPing from Oskar there, and helps him secure the round. So now he's on a rifle. And I'm not going to be watching too much. I'm going to be talking about the kind of positions he plays. I'm going to be drawing on the map. So he loves this sort of CT box area, anywhere in the CT. He likes the stairs. Connectors like another area. He sometimes goes for the connector pick instead of the mid-window pick. He also likes to get boosted onto these boxes on short. So he's quite like a dynamic AWPer. And he even does it with a rifle, a short boost. And a short gives a really good angle when you're on top of the quadrant box on short to actually connect her. Sometimes he'll peek a short as well, like the sort of mid window to AWP, mid window to top mid sort of angle, and he does the same there from short as well. So he's quite like dynamic, and he also takes like, I think a pick or two at B maybe on the CT side. But I'm going to be looking at both his CT and his T side today, and this is what I was talking about here, the boost. He gets a quick boost from Stico, I think it is, and he finds a really nice kill there onto Zantares. And that just helps mousesports kind of like solidify things there with 5v3 situation. And he's gonna like still be kind of just, he's gonna be playing proactively around this sort of B area. I think his Stico jump spot in the B apps, and then Oskar's just gonna be like checking short, his jump spot and connector, shoulder peeking and jump spotting the connector and top mid sort of area. So his teammate's probably going to call in at any moment now. They're hitting A, and as you can see there, he finds a nice shot onto our engine. Actually, it's really good. So he's like a lot of people have said it, like Thorin, plenty of casters. Like Oskar's like really strong, whether it's with an AWP or a rifle. And that mistimed and that failed short jump kind of benefits him there. He manages to pick up a 4K. As you can see here now, this is something I noticed. He only does it once, but he does it with his teammate Chris J, and he supports Chris J. So Chris J's got that skate, he's holding the smoke, and then Oskar spams the smoke because they probably wouldn't expect 2 people to be there, and that's something I just quite liked. And then Oskar's going to carry his underpass while Chris J watches the top mid, so it's a nice setup. And then here he gets the info, and my only criticism there is Oskar gets really gets overconfident, over aggressive. There's no need to peek that. He should have peeked it. He should just leave it. But looking now, this is his final CT round, and this is where he goes to B, and straight aggression, and he peeks straight into it. Paz does whiff, but yeah, you just gotta applaud that sort of open from Oskar. That's really, really strong, and he's completely fearless, and he just aggresses that sort of pick, and he locks down the B. And that's why I said, you don't know where he's going to be. He's like a pack of cards. You just don't know what's coming next. He's just everywhere. He's all over the shop, and he's somebody you'd love to have on your team. Obviously a very talented player, and he actually does get wiped out in a sec by Calix off this angle, and I think Calix actually comes out dry. I don't even think he gets flashed, which is really impressive. Some nice aim. But as you can see, Oskar, he gets a kill, and he doesn't just stay in one spot. He kind of likes to rotate and be kind of unguessable and unreadable in a way. So kicking off the T side, and I noticed something that mousesports' default always starts off with this Oskar pop flash. So Oskar's going to flash Stico and Sunny at the top middle. Usually means Chris J goes to the underpass and Rops plays the Palace sort of ramp area. Mousesports often have smokes. Sometimes they have a top mid smoke, a window smoke, and a connector smoke. Or if they can only afford 2, then obviously the window and either connector or window and the short sort of area. So they mix up this thing and makes a really mid-heavy team on Mirage, and their mid takes impressed me, watching them throughout the major qualifying and the initial round of 16. Really, really strong. And then Oskar, sometimes he comes towards this B area on the T side, but a lot of the time you're going to find him flashing in for his teammates in the mid. So he's quite selfless there, and this round could really, really turn bad for mousesports here, because I think this Major is actually sat in that corner, and nobody actually checks it. But there's 4 people going to be entering from this apartment. Zantares picks off 1, and then Major finds those 2, and good job Oskar, quick to react there, and he leads it to a 2v2. And that's quite poor, because realistically there's no way they should be killing 3 guys on that entry to B. That's some good counter strike from Space Soldiers. Obviously got a 10-8 lead as well, so Oskar now is going to be patient. He's just going to be shoulder peeking these sort of angles, and he's going to be waiting for his teammate Sunny. And this is really, really good team play here, because as you can see, Sunny now is just pincering in onto this sort of area, and Oskar finds frag onto Zantares. But as soon as Oskar and Sunny communicate, Oskar knows it's okay to push. And then I really like this from Sunny. It's planted for him, and all he does now is he has to watch just for the cross. Oskar does take the aim duel and wins it anyway, but that's just some smart counter strike. On eco range as well, I wanted just to add this. Oskar plays really sort of passive. This is what he does. So this angle here, so it's a nice angle on the underpass, and there you go. He finds a nice easy frag onto Zantares, but he's holding then for the B-apps as well. So I really like this positioning. He's being smart, because obviously they're on pistols, so they want you to get up close and personal, and they'll try and punish you and take your guns, but he doesn't. He plays very patient, and he's not over aggressive or anything like that. He doesn't play stupid. He plays very smart. So then this round, I'm mainly going to be watching this from the minimap one, but this is really impressive. It was a 3v5, and Rops and Stico just go ham basically, and then Oskar chimes in as well. So they're in a 3v2 situation now after being in a 3v5. Really good mid play from Stico and a nice entry from Rops. They obviously know one of the CTs is in CT. I'm not sure if they know both are there, and Oskar there just shows a bit of game awareness to pick up that smoke. Obviously I think Stico was completely out of utility, so neither of them had a smoke between them. And then this is smart then. Oskar's using this smoke to his advantage. He's obviously clearing the sort of jungle before Stico swings on it, and this is why if this guy boosted, it'd be really, really smart from Oskar, because he kind of plays it. And then this, he just plays Ringer Rose. He's now with Engine. Engine doesn't have a clue. Stico and Oskar here just wrap this up. Nice kill from Oskar. Really smart, just patient play. And as you can see here, pop flash again. He did this 6 times on the T side, and then here we go. So he's got an AWP this time on the T side. As you can see, they've got the top mid smoke, so anybody in connector or fighting from the windows, vision's going to be blocked. Only places this is a bit of a pixel gap from smoke. on short. But as you can see there, they've got the window smoked, and they did also have connector and top mid smoke. So if they have 3 smokes, those are the 3 smokes they'll throw. And they also quite like to throw a smoke that lands in the sort of jungle area that you'll see in a moment. So Oskar just plays quite patiently here, and he's just holding. And if he would have shot there, he would have found a frag there. Pretty basic. Like Mace really are strong taking this mid, and this smoke was on a bait. So Oskar lines that up, and you'll see on the mini map where you'll see on the big map, sorry, where it lands. Just pointing to it now, and it blocks off anybody. So if there was an AWPer or a rifler in window room who was trying to maybe support and make sure nobody's going onto the A site or palace, then complete box their vision. And what a no scope that is from Oskar, and a nice side of shot there on the Major. I'm not surprised. I'm quite surprised Major didn't actually turn around, but some solid AWP in there, just being quite aggressive. And taking that pick on the CT is quite risky, considering I think he had like red HP, like maybe like 2 or 3 HP or something. It was quite low. But 14-13, so Space Soldiers have actually just won 2 rounds on the bait, and mousesports changed it up for the first time in the game. They threw 2 smokes that they don't normally throw. The one smoke they throw is a top mid, and then they throw a short smoke, and they literally suckably at rush B. They do not stop. They go completely out, and I'm not sure about this because Oscar's with the AWP. Like B rushes with the AWP, I'm not a massive thingy of, but that's just good. Like he understands he doesn't want to get into the site. But there is one player alive, and this guy's on red HP, and he tags him with a Glock, and he's like, what is that, 1 HP or something? And then this is smart from Oskar. He just holds the shot window, finds that kill on the Calyx, and then puts his team in a 2v1 situation, and Engineers actually back off and save. Some really good AWP from Oskar there. I suppose if you are going to hit B with the AWP, there's no use of you getting out onto van or something. Stay in apps and watch that shot window cross. And obviously you can also swing on short if needed. So Engine, there we go. You see him back off, and that's something I really liked. And Oskar had an absolutely incredible game. He single-handedly basically dragged mousesports to the legend spot. And final round here, and they literally do a carbon copy of that round. But the thing is, Space Soldiers have actually only got 1 player on it. In the 2 rounds they lost prior to this, they tried to hit the B rush once, it failed. They've just hit it again, so that's twice in a row, and this will be the 3rd time. So you would have expected maybe a little bit more pressure towards the B from Space Soldiers, but there's only 1 smoke thrown this time, which is the top mid, and anybody in the window room is just going to get their vision blocked off. And then Major's like a sitting bit of, I don't know, a sitting bit of meat surrounded by hungry sharks. And there we go, Oskar yet again, he's locking down this window. His teammate mollies it, and I think Space Soldiers actually smoke it off in a sec because they need to try and get on this retake. So he's just going to watch to see if anybody jumps out the smoke, and things start going to take a turn very quickly here. There's some frags found, and some good Molotovs there, and I like that angle he was holding, and he did actually whiff a shot there. But he's gonna take it again, and that's a nice kill there from Oskar and Rops, and then Oskar is gonna take him off the bomb. So yeah, basically a couple of things to take away from this is Oscar's like a really dynamic CT AWPer. On the T side, he's more of a raw, selfless player. Tries to get himself into late round positions, and I hope you guys find this useful. Maybe learn a few things to implement into your game, especially about the dynamic CT AWPing is something I'm definitely going to try myself. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to drop a like, leave any constructive criticism in the comments, and I'll see you next time.